much for joining me here. We saw the last game, and that was a water map. This game here, well, just confirm, it's blind random. Looks as though it's Ghost Lake. So, they played blind random last time as well. But if you're just joining us, if you're watching this on YouTube, and just joining the stream, this is TheViper versus Jordan23, and this is the second game they played. No, I don't have the score up because this is just a casual game. Jordan won the first game, and it was a very long game. Went down to no gold on the map, and well, it was with the Persians, and lots of crazy stuff went on. If I end up uploading that guide, it'd be a fun one to watch, I think. Now, today it seems like they're doing totally random, because we have blind random map and random civs. And I say it was probably mirrored random civs because who chooses what top player chooses Vikings for Ghost Lake? You know, it's normally Mayans or, you know, well, honestly, players don't normally deviate from Mayans on Ghost Lake. But anyway, so here we have the Viper in the yellow, and he's playing as the Vikings. So I think that's certainly a nice mix from what we normally see with the civs, like I mentioned. So now, let's take a quick look at his map. His woodline's very tasty, I think, on both sides. Very nice. He has his secondary gold, forward stone, but his main gold isn't in the worst location. The problem with Ghost Lake is that if you want to do like a standard Arabia wall, like you would, to prevent you know, units from coming into your economy, let's say you wanted to wall this direction, he's not going to be able to because there's ice, and that ice he cannot build on top of with anything. And that's going to be a problem for the Viper. But also, back on this side, you know, I think just as close to this ice is Jordan23. So I think that he will be in just as much of a bother if he wants to do a full wall. Though saying that, you know, he has a very nice woodline on this side to help him wall. That's for sure. Viper does not really have that. He's in a good spot with that. He could certainly wall here, but then again, this side's completely open. I mean, let's face it, they're not going to be able to wall their golds, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Now, I'm also very interested. You know, I forget when it was mentioned, but there's always extra sheep out in the middle of Ghost Lake. And it doesn't make any sense to me why there'd be like random sheep in the middle of icy weather. But apparently on Ghost Lake, there's extra sheep. You would think it'd be like Arabia, there'd be extra sheep because it's nice and sheep-like. But sheep-like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But these sheep on Ghost Lake doesn't make any sense. But there's a lot of them, and Viper's already out trying to snatch them up. Looks like Jordan has missed. Viper. Boom. Gonna get some more as well. And he's sending those extra sheep back home. And, you know, I think that's a really smart choice from the Viper. Possibly, like we always see on Ghost Lake, gonna see a fast castle build from these guys off of a drush. So drush, fast castle. And I think that approach is much better suited if you have additional sheep to add to your food economy. And the Viper's doing just that. So, 9 out of our 10 scientists agree. Oh, 9 out. Okay, it was a typo. 9 out of 10 scientists agree. Sheep love cold water. Well, I will certainly research that one after the stream concludes. Nice to see you here, Silver, and finished with your campaign. I'm sure that was some wicked stuff. Not a hotkey was used that game. Dude, it was so. You're so funny, dude. You're so funny. Like everything you say and do is hilarious, and I had a pleasure watching your stream. Everyone should subscribe to him right now. It's just a huge break from all the nitpicking over micro and build orders. As at least what the campaign was today with him. Now these guys are sending out their militia here. And are they going to run across any wolves? Well, I don't see any wolves. So apparently wolves are scared of ice and sheep are not. And I feel like wolves are more badass and could deal with the ice, while you know, the sheep are kind of fragile creatures, and they would not like the ice. But maybe that's just not how they were created. Who knows? So, it looks as though these guys are running right by each other. As I receive a follow, thank you so much for that. And they're going to actually drush each other, as opposed to Viper doing a defensive drush, or Jordan doing a defensive drush. And Jordan's going to have a chance. Viper getting a really nice food economy, actually. He's going to get these extra sheep, and he's going to get these deer as well near his mill. Jordan getting a chance to have a whack at that deer and kill it. But instead he's going to try and focus down these villagers, and Viper is choosing to fight. And though he did some decent damage against his militia, nothing really all that crazy. And the Viper bring his units back. He lost the scout up there though, and you know, this is what the drush is meant to do, and it's certainly doing it. I would not have the balls to keep this villager in there, and that is why. So Viper losing a villager, and possibly 2 villagers. What are you doing? No, 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 dude. Too stubborn. Too stubborn, honestly. Like, all you had to do was bring him back and wait a couple more moments for your militia. And 2 villagers down. So now Jordan hasn't actually even gone up to the next stage. Okay, he's going up now. But he's 4 villagers ahead on his way up to the next stage. He's going to be that much stronger into that next stage, be able to click up maybe a little bit faster, or if they click up at the same time, Viper clicks up before. Either way, he's going to have a couple extra villagers to build some units with and attack the Viper. So I think right now, Viper sending out his militia, not going to really do anything, and it was certainly a nice win for Jordan23. Wow. Are you noticing this, guys? As Viper starts the wall, and of course he can't go onto the ice, notice that he's making some extra militia here to deal with Viper. And, ooh, wow, that's, you know, that's costly to do that. And, it's very costly to do that. Like, I'm very surprised he did that, as opposed to trying to combat with villagers there. And, you know, I thought at first he was going to go man-at-arms or something, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that choice. You know, better safe than sorry, I guess. But now looking at the food economy, Viper, even though he's vills down, and of course he has his extra sheep to help out, he's just fine. Because all that food, and even some gold, was wasted by Jordan in defense there. And Viper has figured out how to wall in this map. It's apparently possible. And he's clicked up to the next stage. So Viper, no big deal. I got this, bro, he says. And he's going up on 2 ranges. And Blacksmith already up as well. So he is going to be way behind in comparison to Jordan. Someone can do the math on when one has 27 vills and one has 31. What the difference in villagers does in economy. But Jordan's certainly going to have an advantage with income in the long run with those 4 villagers, with Viper on his way to the next stage. You can turn that around. Now, I've done this like twice already, but my allergies are bad, so give me 5 seconds. And we're back, and again, I'm sorry, it's summer here, and it's been really nasty lately. Viper's pushing out with his archers now. And as you can notice in Viper's resources, he's very low. And he's going to need some upgrades. You know, he's just getting double bid-X done. He's getting horsepower now. But he's going to need crossbow. He's going to need that +2 upgrade. And he's going to want extra TCs as well. But he's very far behind in those resources. And if Jordan can get a little bit of a wall here, or at least be safe. Interesting mill placement there. Poor villager can't join the hunting party there, but if he's able to just wall off and be safe for the time being, looks like he's gonna get a tower in his gold, which I think is a smart choice. If he's able to be okay and survive, I think his advantage in resources will give him some better potential upgrades and lead him to be okay. This is really the only vulnerable area for Jordan now, where crossbows could venture into and get his wood line. And I wouldn't be surprised if he patches that up. Now, Viper's units have started streaming across the map. He's not aware that we're seeing the tower there, or this wall of buildings, which he will certainly run into in a moment, you would think. Now, there's a little bit of walling that I was expecting. Thank you so much for following Big Bubba. Woo! Big Bubba, nice. And apparently there's 2,000 of you. Apparently there was 1,999 Big Bubbas before you tried to make your account. So I'm glad you were able to get Big Bubba. Anyway, this Viper is just going to dodge that tower. Thank you so much for following Peter Poro. Peter Poro, thank you, appreciate it. And I think Viper, you know, having the score lead just because he's up to the next stage first, I think he's going to be he's going to find it hard to get inside here. That palisade could be quick walled behind, or rather, we're going to see the crossbow upgrade coming from Jordan and kind of sucker the Viper to come inside the wall. And Viper's going to think he has a win, try and come inside, and he's going to meet the crossbows of Jordan. And it's going to be the first real engagement with military. Aside from this rush, so it's going to be important. Viper, though, is just going to pick off the villager because Jordan decides to just wall that now. I'm not sure why there was a huge rush there from Jordan, but he chose to do it. Viper is back on this side, also trying to stop any walls, but the walls have already completed. And, you know, still Jordan ahead by 4 vills, but military-wise, he is behind. And, guys, this is exactly what I said in this first game. Viper seemed to be ahead in military, Jordan seemed to be ahead in eco, and someone said in the chat if you give Jordan an advantage after a long, long time, it'll add up on you. And I guess that Jordan just has been stronger with eco these first 2 games. Though he did have a lot of idle villagers and such, he just had a stronger eco. He's allowing this tower to really defend him well right now, and he's going to push out across. Viper, waiting for it looks like, and going to be okay as well. So now is really when, because there's no siege workshops, there's no significant numbers in these crossbows. Now it's a boom fest. It is just a straight boom fest. There you go. A little bit of a win there for Jordan23, but it's a boom fest. Who's going to be able to get up significant economy numbers first? And no second TC yet from Jordan, so I think Viper is going to be able to certainly take an advantage in the eco and climb his way back. Right now, a little bit of some microing here, and kind of reminiscent of what we saw with the galleys in the first game, but it looks as though right now Jordan's not going to be able to push in any further. Right here, Viper had a couple units lost. He could join up and have a level fight between these 2 guys. Viper, like, this is the actual game time speed, which I hate. It's very quick. But it looks like Viper is going to retreat now, and just GB as he gets up University. So interesting is getting up University. I think he certainly wants to put the pressure on a little bit more and take this map control, get some relics possibly, which is what he did last game. Now, he's going to notice here, surely, that we have the pressure coming in. They are level on upgrades. He is getting ballistics. But, you know, right now, could take the fight, could be risky. He might want to wait for ballistics. Not that ballistics is, like, a significant upgrade if Jordan's able to have some great micro. And there we go, some very nice kill for Jordan, gaining the hill as well. Ballistic's going to come in any moment now for Viper. And we'll see if any villagers are able to go down. If Jordan's able to pile on any pressure. A couple of these villagers here are very weak, and this hill advantage is really nice for Jordan. It was very nice for him to push in, but then again, he could get cornered by some second units if Viper had him. He doesn't have anything, so I gotta say that Jordan right now is in a good position. He's in a good position. He doesn't want to be too risky here. And good shot there from Viper. He has ballistics now, of course, so he's able to get some good shots in. But now the ballistics has come in as well for Jordan. And Jordan has the hill, so this micro is going to be really important. If Jordan takes this hill, all of this wood is under threat. And I think Viper actually taking this fight uphill right now. And really, really important fight from him. You know, these units are still coming across from Jordan. But Viper took the fight. And Viper as well, guys, now is only a villager behind because he's had that extra TC a little bit earlier. And they're both going up to 3 TCs now. So Viper going to continue to push out across with these crossbows now. And cross with these crossbows. Wow, that's so weird. I'm so tired. I've been had a long day, so I think things like that are annoying and funny. But you know, Jordan, he's forced to make a siege workshop, and you know, he understands that he's going to be under a little bit of pressure here from the Viper in a minute here because he just lost a lot of crossbows back in Viper's base. So right now, Viper is going to come in. That's not a significant amount of crossbows. Even by the Viper standards, he's not going to be able to take out a enemy Mangonel and take out the enemy crossbows as well. So, again, I say, I gotta think these guys are just trying to have as strong an economy as possible, but still maintain some map control. They're not going crazy. This isn't a Hunt War where there's been two TC, 1 TC pushes, and huge risks to kill the enemy. This has been fairly common for Vikings, but quite slow of a game, and nothing too crazy right now. And like I said, it's fairly common for a civ like the Vikings not to go too crazy. I mean, the unit of choice is crossbows. So there we go, is a little bit of engagement, and 2 units going down for the Viper, 3 from the Viper being lost there. 4, holy snaps. 5, wow, they're all melting before our eyes. You know, does Jordan have like Britain range or something? Like, what's happening? Anyway, Jordan actually killing like 4 or 5 units there, and he's going to bring a Mangonel across as well. So that's actually really nice for him. He has been on stone for quite some time, so it looks like he could get a castle out. Have to be quite forward, but he could get a castle out in defense or forward. As well, keep in mind he could use that stone for extra TCs, which will supplement his economy. Now, there's going to be a bit of an engagement here. Jordan coming out, and Viper getting a Mangonel as well. They can both see it, and they're both... Wow, Jordan getting a huge hit there, and can he get one more shot? Did get one more shot with that Mangonel after it was hit by Vipers, but still alive. But Viper did a nice little dodge there, only losing a unit or 2. And now he's going to chase down the units of Jordan and get a couple while they're retreating. And these guys are so neck and neck that just constantly see the same thing happen. Like, ooh, little skirmish here, units die. Ooh, little skirmish here, units die. And it's like, it's like clockwork with these guys. Nothing big has really happened. You know, villager-wise, there's 3 behind now for the Viper, but it's kind of funny, if you ask me, how good these guys are and how predictable they are, but still how fun it is to watch. So I don't know. You know, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Now, one more moment. I apologize. I probably should bring my tissues next to my PC, but I need to. My allergies are absolutely atrocious. Whoa, you're looking at the corner of the map there. I'm sorry. But yeah, so Viper's pushing out here, and we're going to get this back underway. You know, units from Jordan, they're going to notice here in a second that these crossbows are here from the Viper. And investing into a lot of Mangonels, 2 Mangonels. Kind of prematurely, possibly, from Jordan. I don't know. But maybe he wanted to get some significant kills from the Viper. But, you know, Jordan, I can't really second guess him right now. Because, well, he's on his way up to the Imperial Age. And last game, he did some things that I questioned, and he won the game. It's hard for anybody in my shoes, skill-wise, to question these players. Honestly, I have no ground to stand on to do that. But you know, looks like these guys similar approaches right now. Just an extra mangonel. They're saying that no, not an extra mangonel, just 2 mangonels for both these players, and only 2 military in it. While Viper is 9 vills behind, he's gonna push out across. They're both up to the Imperial Age. There's only a 40-second, 50-second difference with that Imperial Age upgrade. Not too significant. And lots of ranges coming out from the Viper as well. Getting out another one. Going to be interesting if any of these guys are going to be able to afford Onager. If any of these guys are going to be able to afford Siege Ram, which would be huge in an Arbalest fight. Here we go. These guys are going to have a confrontation with these Mangonels, and of course, Viper's shooting uphill, and yeah, it's going to be up against it for sure. Look how he just shoots the... he just shoots the archery range because he can. But very, very odd that players are good enough to get away with that. And Viper only with 1 Mangonel here, still keeping it alive, and he's gonna need to hold for just a moment, Viper, once Jordan hits Castle Age. But I'm liking what Jordan is doing. I mean, he has gold in the back, he has gold here, securing with the castle. Viper, where's his extra gold? Well, they're already being collected from... He has to have some here as well. Viper... Well, he could be getting out of castle now, actually, because you see these villagers. I'd be surprised if he only had 80 stone, but we haven't seen a castle yet from the Viper. And... that could be a huge deal if these trebs really play a huge part. So, right now... we have the upgrades coming in for these guys. They're going to want to get these Arbalest upgrade and the Bracer upgrade and possibly Chemistry. So we will see. I am feeling another Sneezosaurus coming along, so I apologize. It really blows, no pun intended, that I have to... It's only in the evening, so I saw this game and I figured I would stream it. So, anyway, my apologies. Nothing I can really do. But here comes some nice engagements from these guys. Chemistry is coming in for Jordan. There's a Mangonel. Not really a significant fight there. And 3 Mangonels for Jordan. And it's going to be hard with the range being 7 now for these Mangonels that they're going to be able to do much against these Arbalests. They're going to have a really nice sneaky engagement. But yeah, it's gonna be this is where the bulk of the action is gonna happen here. We do have some Arbalests coming out here for a raid, so it looks like these guys just getting the upgrades, and Onager coming in now for Jordan as Captain Ram comes in for the Viper. So yeah, two different styles and 2 different choices here. Onager is, of course, really strong choice. It looks like the Viper is probably going to be cleaned up here. He delayed this town center for a moment, but he's not going to be able to do all that much. He's going to be chased down. But is the Viper going to be able to use his rams to maximum effect here? Because Onagers are going to be so strong against massed arbs and skirms. So we will see what happens. Viper holding a score lead right now, but shots like that are certainly going to turn that around. There you go. Jordan just regained it for a minute. Jordan is regaining or gaining some ground control on these gold piles as well on the outer sides. Guys, going to need to start getting these relics in as well shortly, and there are a couple of them in neutral territory. Now, Viper should be aware right now that the Onager has come in for Jordan, so he's already got it himself as well. And he already has the capped rams ready to rumble. But we haven't seen them really push yet. You know, it's gonna be in this style of play. It's going to be a huge push with siege rams after a significant victory on the land. And this could be a significant victory for Jordan because he has the Onagers here, and Oh, that's absolutely awful for the Viper there. That he lost that engagement. Um, Again, I say he was a little stubborn, like he was in the beginning of the game with the Drush. I feel like he was a little stubborn. These Onagers are going to survive, and Viper is continuing to fight. Viper's military, he's still one ahead. Villager-wise, he's now 10 behind. And it looks like any pressure he was trying to put in this location has been stopped. So it looks like the Treb choice is coming out from Jordan. We haven't seen Capture Ram just yet. It's on its way, while Siege Ram is on its way for the Viper. So a significant difference in styles and choices here. And we even have some Onagers here from the Viper to come out and play. And I think this is going to actually end pretty quickly. I think this is going to be one of those games where one of these players make a large push. And I think right now that player is the Viper. I mean, he right now seems to be getting the aggressive upgrade, and that is the Siege Ram. And it looks like he might try and push this. If he sees the Onagers, though, he might not want to engage them. That might not be the best. It's all a toss-up, isn't it? So we'll see what happens here as he gets some more Siege Rams out, continually getting some Arbalests out. And I'll be interested to see if these guys get light cav for the siege, but we haven't seen that yet. Back on this side, Viper cleaning up, so a little bit of a raid possibly, just some units here from Jordan. And there you go. So the Viper is certainly aware there's a lot of Onagers there, and it's getting siege engineers as well. And lots of siege coming out, and Viking siege, very, very interesting. I think getting a castle up here is smart for the Viper, securing this stone, securing this gold, and already we see units pushing out across from Jordan. But the more time that Viper gives Jordan, Jordan has more villagers. Jordan's going to be able to get level and upgrades with his Siege Ram. He's getting scale barding armor as well now, something Viper isn't going into. I think Viper's a little bit behind on this one. Right here, kind of a messy engagement from both these guys. Viper has more numbers, but he's up against skirms with chemistry. And Viper not pushing out for any more villagers, so it really seems Jordan. If there's a lesson to be learned for both these players between these two games, you certainly can see Jordan likes the stronger eco. He's continuing to make villagers. He's at about 120 villagers with the Vikings. And, the first game it worked out for Jordan, certainly, I think. Back on this side, just securing some space, and Viper actually pulling all his units over to this right-hand side. And for now, he's trying to hold this location, it seems, so he can bring these units over. But I don't know how long he's going to be able to hold there with those Onagers coming in. He's actually pulling back just now. Pretty stalematey right now. A couple Siege Rams coming in from Jordan and wiping out the Siege Workshops from the Viper. And it's going to possibly get a hit on the Onager there. Well, it's going to be close. Yeah, it's going to go down. So, nice little push there from Jordan23. Has yet to use these Trebs. Is still securing some land and lots of freaking Onagers. Jordan right now is on 3 relics and Viper's on 1, while last game Viper had more of them. And, keep in mind, securing this area, there was 2 of them there. There's the other one. So, are they both aware of that? Viper's not aware of that. He probably just assumes that Jordan has it, and they're both going to push out. I'm just going to keep it on this area for a moment here. The Onagers firing down upon each other. Very good micro there, I think, for both of them. The Rams coming in from the Viper now. Gonna get actually a free Onager kill there. And I still think this castle is just a huge position right now for Jordan23. The Siege Rams gonna be really, really strong against these Onagers of Jordan23. And about that positioning, if he doesn't have his Onagers, these Siege Rams are gonna be really effective against his castles. And lose 2 or 3 there and that one possibly going to go down was really not the best there from Jordan. Back on this side, Viper is gaining a bit of a foothold, sending more Rams out. He certainly has more Rams. This skirmisher, what a rude skirmisher, is just chilling out there, stopping that villager from working. It looks like that Onager's actually going to stay alive, but still, it was not really the best of engagements there from Jordan. Viper making a nice push. Viper's still not aware of that relic. I'm interested to see, yeah, Jordan's definitely aware. It's in line of sight of his castle. But back on this side, this could be really, really bad. These Trebs. Of course, Siege Ram's very strong against these Trebs, Onagers. 2 of them going to go down, it looks like. Possibly 3. Yeah, all of them going down. And look at the amount of Rams from the Viper. Just do a quick view walk on the Viper because it's fun to see in these situations how quickly they queue things up. Well, there you go. As you can see, he's taking out those castles now, and this is completely boring. What is not proving to be as exciting as I thought it would be. But at this point, he's queuing up everything. Arbalest, he's queuing up Rams when he has the wood for it because he's rather low on wood, and he's sending these Rams across, and this is a really strong push right now from the Viper. But can he deal with these light cav with just skirmishers? Not sure. This could turn around right onto Viper's face because if these Rams go down, he doesn't have anything to push with anymore. And his skirms, of course, rather weak against any incoming Onagers and these light cav. Look, Viper's going to continue pushing with Rams. He is adding Arbalests in as well. And these Arbalests, you would think, would be able to do a much better job against these light cav. And these Rams are just so beastly right now. Viper's just walking right through, and a castle there from the Viper as well. That is so awesome. How many villagers does he have coming across for it? Well, enough there to get it up in a little bit of time. He might just hold the hill for now. But Viper saying scared in the chat. These guys know each other very well, so they're not being rude to each other at all. And you know, this relic's going to be collected from Jordan, but everything is being lost on this side. He's going to have no eco shortly, and remember, his relics are right there. I want to pay attention to what the Viper can see now, because if he sees those relics, he's going to go immediately for them as a defensive castle comes up from Jordan. This is a lot of Rams, and this castle is extremely important because remember, all the other castles for Jordan are going to have to send Trebs over from this direction, and it's going to take a long time. It's not going to be the best against all these Rams. Viper's in a really strong position right now. Viper has a lot of wood as well, and he has no light cav of his own. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that shortly, but look how many skirms and Arbalests from the Viper. He has 50 more military now. He's just absolutely shredding. And he's going to send the Rams out. Yeah, Jordan GG's it right there. And that was absolutely strong past 5 minutes there from the Viper. To be able to push across like that in almost no time with that many Rams. I think the Rams were a very strong move. I mean, what do the Vikings have that can counter the Rams in that situation? It's really just Onagers, and the Rams are good against them if they get in close. And the light cav weren't really masked that well from Jordan, so I think the Viper made the strong choice and strong move there. And he was down on the relics, so well played. And it's actually 1-1 now between these guys, so I hope you enjoyed that game. Now, they're playing another one, and this is going to be my last one for the evening. Now,